Hello everybody, my name is Doomfish, and today I'm going to be talking about top 5 most important changes to come out of the 1.16.2 update that released today. So this update is just a small update to fix some of the issues and to add a little bit new content to 1.16, which is the Nether update, which is why that's where we're at today. And let's just get into it with our number 1 pick for this list, which is the Piglin Brute. Now, this shouldn't be too much of a surprise for you if you've been paying any attention to the update news that this guy was going to come out. And he's sort of like a mini boss to be used in the Nether Bastions, who does a lot of damage, doesn't drop really anything beyond like a 20% chance to drop the axe, and has 50 hit points. And of course, the damage depends on what difficulty you're on and what version of the game, whether it's Java or Bedrock. But the important thing is that these guys only spawn in the Nether Bastion remnants, and once you kill them, they do not respawn. They are not like other hostile mobs in that way. And more information can be found on the video I have on my channel all about these guys. So next up, Mojang made a couple of changes to Piglin Bartering, and they made changes to the rates of some of the items, but they're just minor tweaks. The most important thing is that Blackstone, spectral arrows, and water bottles can now be obtained from Piglin Bartering, and glowstone and magma cream cannot. And this is only on the Java edition of the game. On the Bedrock edition, the trades are slightly different. I believe you can still get these two items, and you can get these spectral arrows. I'm not sure about the Blackstone, but for the Java edition, there is now a reliable, renewable way to get Blackstone in your worlds, which is great because it's kind of a hassle to try and mine up large percentages of it. So moving on to our third big change from this update, we're going to move on to the overworld now. Chains can now be placed in all directions, so we have the standard vertical placement, but we also have horizontal placements in every single angle, just like so, and we get something that looks like this. Now, in addition, lanterns and soul lanterns can now be waterlogged, so before we couldn't, but now we should be able to. Yep, you can see, waterlogged just fine. We can do it to this one too, and there we go. Next up, we have some villager changes to discuss. One of them is that the villager emits a particle effect whenever their bed is set, or they are assigned to a new village, or their job or profession trade change. You can see we have a normal professionless villager. Give him a profession right here, and you can see we have some green particles right there, just to show you that happens. Break this. We still don't get any particles. It's only when they acquire a profession, not when they lose one. Another change to villagers is that whenever they change dimensions, or if they go through like another portal, for example, they lose their profession. And so we can see that, unless they're locked in, obviously. Placing down a villager, giving him a trade right here, as soon as he decides to pick it up. And then once he walks through the nether portal, we'll see instantly he's just a normal villager. Now before, they would try and keep their trades a little bit, depending on the time of day, but now they instantly lose it. Also, another change is that these guys, if they're in a minecart and they are transformed from a normal villager to a zombified one, they will not be ejected from the minecart like before, so that should make trying to make your villager setups a little bit easier. And last, but certainly not least, we have a very interesting quality of life change in that if you're moving down blocks like stairs or slabs, and you're sneaking, you will not be removed from the block. So before, if you were moving down these blocks and you tried to sneak off the edge, you would just fall off, but now you can see that I am perfectly staying on. So before, you could go up just fine. There we go, we can still go up. And now we can also go down just fine. So I'm holding W, I'm trying to go off, but I'm also sneaking. We can see that only this one lets me off. And before, you would get ejected like right here. That's a very interesting quality of life change that you can use and be a little bit safer if you're traversing the nether or if you're walking down these stairs in a precarious spot. Sneaking is a lot safer option for you. Alright, now a quick review. The top 5 changes that I've selected here are the Piglin Brutes and the addition of them in the Bastions. The changes to bartering, like you can now get Blackstone as the main one, and you cannot get Magma Cream or Glowstone. Chains can now be placed in all directions, and lanterns can be waterlogged. Villagers emit particles when certain events happen, and they lose their profession when going through nether portals, and they stay in minecarts when transforming from villager to zombified villager, and then back again. And when you go downstairs or down slabs and you're sneaking, you will stay on the block and you won't fall off. And there you have it, folks. Those are my top 5 changes from this update. Obviously, your list could look a little bit different, and there's tons and tons of minor changes and bug fixes that happened in this update, but those are 5 that I think are worth talking about. So if you enjoyed the video, found it informative, feel free to leave a like on the video, and subscribe for more content just like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.